Hey guys, so yesterday I finally went and saw the new Grudge, the new sequel. It's a sequel. It's not a remake, it's a sequel. I saw the movie, it's a sequel. So I can tell you that for sure. Or a reboot, whatever the fuck they call it nowadays. Um, yeah, I usually post these videos right after I get home. But I fell asleep pretty much right as soon as I got home, and was knocked out, and didn't get a chance to do a review last night. So that's the reason why I didn't do it last night. Um, the Grudge. Let's talk about the Grudge. It's January, if you don't know. I'm sure most people know. And it's just an unwritten rule that January is a terrible month for movies. Like, it's the month I always dread whenever I go to the movies. It is the month of January because nothing but shitty movies come out in the month of January. It's always the dumping ground, especially for shitty horror movies, especially in the first week of January, which we are in right now. Which is, every first week of January we get some kind of horror movie, and it's always pretty shitty. From The Devil Inside to Texas Chainsaw 3D, etc., etc., etc. I remember the only one I kind of didn't mind was that Paranormal Activity of Mark ones because it had a batshit ending. But it's just like it's always a recurring theme. The first week of January, it's some kind of shitty horror movie, and here we are with The Grudge. I was never that big of a fan of the original or the remake of the one that came out in 2004 of Sarah Michelle Gellar. I was never a fan of it at all. I never watched the original Japanese version. I've heard it's a million times better. I can probably, I guarantee that it's true. I just never got around to watching the original Yuan, whatever the hell they call it, The Grudge. I've heard, like I said, I've heard it's amazing, but I just haven't got around. But I've seen the American remake, and I've seen the sequel to the American remake, and I hate it. I was not a fan of either one. And I, sorry, I actually getting better now. But yeah, when I heard that they're making a sequel or a new one, I'm like, oh yay, another American version of The Grudge. And I was like, it was promising when you hear, oh, it is rated R. Okay, cool. But it is released in the month of January. Oh, Jesus. It's like, as soon as it's like the first week of January, it's being released the first week of January. Like, oh, Jesus. Man. And you know what the funny part about this movie more than anything was I go to the movies every fucking single week. And I've seen every movie that's came out since July. I never once, I repeat once, never got a trailer for this thing. Ever. I don't know how that's fucking possible, but I never got single trailer for this. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how that's possible, but I didn't. And yeah, so, what did I think of it? You know, it's not very good. It's pretty fucking bad. I've seen some pretty extreme reactions to this movie. It is pretty fucking bad. It's not very good at all. But it's not the worst movie I've seen that hell in the last month or so. It's not even the worst horror movie I've seen in the last month or so. I'd rather watch this shit than Black Christmas. This movie has some things about it I liked. Some I can name. But it is, like I said, still not a very good movie. It's still not a very... I thought, honestly, when you look at the cast of this fucking movie, I still can't... I remember when this movie when I heard about this movie, I looked up who was in it. And then I read the cast list, and I'm like, how the fuck did they get all these great actors in this movie? And I still can't believe it. But they did. They got a really ton of great actors in this movie. And they are all pretty much really good in this movie. There's some pretty goddamn good acting in this movie, but they're not given much material to work with. It's not much of a movie. a lot of these guys are pretty much acting their asses off. You have what's the girl's name? The main girl's name. I want to get her name right. So she's the girl from what the hell? Fucking damn it! What was the damn movie she was in? The Nicolas Cage movie. I was going to say Molly, but hold on. Mandy, there you go. Mandy, yeah, she was. I thought Molly. Mandy, yeah, she was the main girl, Mandy, and Mandy. Andrea Riseborough, she's the main actress in this movie, who's a cop who kind of comes across this murder case in America that involves the Grudge curse and all that shit like that, and the history of this curse. And she has a son who her husband was killed by cancer. That's pretty much all the character backstory that you get from her, that she's a single mom taking care of her kid, is a cop. That's basically all you know about her. She's good. Like I said, she is good in this movie. You got Demian Bashir, who a lot of people will know from a lot of Tarantino movies over the last few years. Goddamn great in this movie. Got is her partner in this movie, whose main job is just basically spout exposition and explain to you what the Grudge is, even though I've seen already 2 movies that pretty much explain. I mean, I know it's been a few years since a theatrically released Grudge movie has been out, but I don't really need more. Hell, even in the fucking main titles, it tells you what the Grudge is, the Grudge curse is. So don't fucking tell me what it is again. Have a character tell me. Even worse, they have William Sadler. William fucking Sadler's in this movie. Like, I didn't even know he was in this movie. And he pops up, I'm like, holy shit, William Sadler's in this. One of the most underrated actors, one of the most underrated actors, in my opinion, out there. And he is the Demian Bashir's former partner who went insane because he went into the house and because he was a cop who was investigating a murder, and yeah, he kind of goes insane, and he is basically recording, has tape. Andrea Riseborough finds tape recordings of his, and basically, again, just does what Demian Bashir's already been doing, which is explaining what the Grudge is, which, again, I don't fucking need to know what the fuck the Grudge is. But, yeah, it's like a lot of talented actors wasted, really, basically, just, like I said, just to spout exposition and tell you what you already fucking know. One of the best parts, funnier parts about this movie, honestly, the most interesting parts of this movie were not the main story. You got John, as they show flashbacks of because basically what this movie is, if you don't know, it's basically, I think, takes place before the first one. I think it takes place at the same time too. At the same, also in that a caretaker who was living at the original house in Japan from the American remake. She goes home to America and basically has this curse with her and kills her family and starts this whole Grudge curse in America. And there's now a house in America that has this Grudge curse in it. And apparently the Grudge curse is a virus, I guess. I just went along with it. And so basically the movie shows you the cop investigating the previous crimes in this house, and then they also show you what other previous crimes did happen in this house, including John Cho and his wife, who was pregnant with a baby who's got a deformity. They find he's got a deformity, and it kind of becomes almost a fucking pro-choice movie, abortion movie, a movie about abortion rights. Okay. That was weird. And that has, like I said, kind of a more, it's a kind of almost a more interesting story than the actual main story that we're following. Because again, you got people like John Cho, who's really fucking good. He's honestly a really goddamn good actor. And like his story about him and his wife, I wanted to be more fleshed out, and it was. But honestly, the story that my opinion, stole the fucking movie was more interesting than anything was the Lin Shaye is also in this movie. She's the older lady from the Insidious movies. If you don't know who she is always in these kinds of horror movies, and usually is one of the better parts of it. And again, she is probably the best part of this movie, where she's this woman who is losing her fucking mind, who just happens to live in the Grudge house and is seeing like ghosts, and nobody believes her, trying to play peekaboo with this little girl. It's fucking great. It's like crazy. Like, and she is great. Like, she has probably the best scenes in the movie. That's probably one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, where she kills somebody, I'm just gonna say. But and also Jackie Weaver is somebody. Oh yeah, that's the whole other part of that story. So she's this woman who's like, I don't know, got living with her husband, who's, I think she's either got cancer or slowly losing her mind. But her husband calls Jackie Weaver, who is basically somebody that helps with assisted suicide. And so she's trying to, she's trying to help Lin Shaye's husband with this assisted suicide. And Jackie Weaver's in this movie too, and she's fucking awesome. Like, again, Jackie Weaver is a goddamn great actress. Again, like, there's so many good actors. Why the hell is there a lot of good actors in this fucking movie? I have no idea. Like, this is like almost like a fucking who's who of like who could be in a fucking Oscar nominated. Like, it's really crazy. It's really fucking crazy for a Grudge movie. What the hell? So, yeah, like I said, I thought that story of Lin Shaye and that was probably probably the best story in the movie. And honestly, you could have made a whole movie about it, and that probably would have been more interesting than what we fucking got. But that's just me. But this movie, the biggest problem with this fucking movie, the mainly big problem with this movie is it's not fucking scary. Not scary one fucking bit. It, again, relies on, like every other horror movie nowadays, too many fucking jump scares, to the point it's so fucking predictable. Like, you're just sitting there, I'm watching this movie, like, the character slowly goes to a tub that has some weird water in it. It just slowly goes, and it's just looking at it like, something's gonna pop out. Something's gonna pop out. Hey, something pops out. Wow, how did I guess that? Or like when the character hides from the monster in the closet, like, and they're showing his, like, just thinking the coast is clear. I'm like, the monster's gonna be behind him. The monster's gonna be behind him. The monster's gonna be behind him. Hey, the monster's behind him. Hey. I was like, it's so fucking predictable. It's not scary. You know it's gonna happen. It's lazy. It's dumb. Like jump scares. The jump scares are fucking lame in this movie. The fucking editing in this movie is weird. Like, there'd be scene transitions there'll be jump scares that cause scene transitions. That's fucking weird. And like, there'll be points where like the music will just stop randomly. And like, there's some weird fucking editing choices in this fucking movie. It's really dumb. Man, this movie wasn't very good. I mean, but again, I've seen worse. I'd rather watch just The Black Christmas. It does have some pretty good gory effects. I'll give it that. It's a pretty good gory effects. Somebody said the atmosphere. Yeah, the atmosphere is pretty good in this movie. Pretty intense in this movie, but it's not very good. It's still not very good, man. Yeah, I can't recommend it. I can't. Yeah. It's I don't think it's as bad. Like, people have saying it's like one of the worst fucking horror movies. I'm like, dude, you haven't seen Black Christmas, apparently, then. Black Christmas is a piece of shit. This movie at least has some redeeming qualities to it. Some, I'm not saying much, but like I said, it has great actors. Doesn't have much as far as characters, I'll say that, yeah, but trailers. What the fuck do I get trailers? Man, I'm tired. I'm very tired. Trailers. Oh, A Quiet Place Part 2. I got that full-length trailer that came out on New Year's Day or whatever. I didn't get a chance to see it. This is my first time actually seeing the trailer, and that was a really, like, just like the first one. This one has a fucking great trailer to it, man. If this movie is as good as the trailer, fuck. It basically takes place after the first one, where the woman, Emily Blunt and her kids are trying to survive out on their own since Sandra Krasinski's dead now. And it also flashes back, like the trailer opens where it flashes back to like day one when they were attacked. All of the country was attacked, and like what happened that day. And it was a really goddamn great scene from what they showed. Like, honestly, that could have just been the whole trailer. That would have been great. Like, the less you show, I think, in my opinion, like, people are gonna see it because it's A Quiet Place. A lot of people love the first one, so and also now they come across like other survivors, including Cillian Murphy. Bet you $1,000,000 he's the villain. I bet you $1,000,000. I'm just saying, it's Cillian Murphy, but hey, Cillian Murphy's in a thing. I'm on board for that. I love Cillian Murphy as an actor. Don't see him in much anymore. Can't wait. Quiet Place Part 2. I love the first one. This one looks like it'll be a lot of fun too. So hopefully it is. And then finally got a trailer for Bloodshot. I've been hearing about this movie. I just never got a trailer for it. It's a Vin Diesel movie where it's basically upgrade, $1 Million Man, every kind of different movie like this, where he's a soldier who's killed in battle, who's brought back to life, is given like these nanobot technology where he is pretty much indestructible. I guess it's based off a comic book. It's a Vin Diesel action movie. It could be alright. I like the effects in the movie. Like, the effects in the trailer are pretty fucking solid. So that's one thing about it I actually gotta give them credit for. But we'll see. I mean, it might be good, might be bad. It could be in between, probably too. But whatever. And it's also like, oh, his wife died. He wants to avenge his wife. Like, god damn it, how many? I swear Vin Diesel's done a lot of those kinds of movies before. But anyways, yeah. But anyways, that's as far as trailers go. What the hell is this week? And so I'm still trying to go watch Marriage Story sometime in the near future. I want to even try to get in Judy. From what other movie I wanted to try again, but I can't remember. But then also this weekend is Like a Boss, Underwater, 1917, and Just Mercy. That's a weird combination of 4 movies, but alright. Yeah, that's what's coming up this weekend. And then until then, I'll talk to you guys later.